Hi, I'm Aleta.
And I'm Julka, and today's topic is linguistic anthropology. So linguistic anthropology is really looking at the language of all humans who have ever inhabited the globe through time and space. Isn't that amazing?
That's pretty darn amazing. How do you even do that?
Well, you have to get very systematic about it, but really you're looking at how not just the words that people are saying, which is what a linguist might study. They're studying who gets to say what, when, and how they say it. And they study things like speech registers within a society, which
I don't know what that is.
A register is a type of speech that's used in a certain context, like an auctioneer. I can't even do it, but you know, if you hear that, you know what it is.
I'm here to tell you I don't understand what most DJs say, so maybe that's something I could
register.
study.
Speech register. It's a type of speech used for in a specific context within a language. So that's what we're looking at. If you go, there's a lot of unwritten rules about that. If you go to maybe a town hall meeting, you'll see certain individuals sitting at the front who talk a lot more than all the other people sitting out staring at them.
Guess what? That happens in the classroom too.
It certainly does. And you could study that. Who gets to say what, when, and how they say it.
And who interrupts who.
Yes, and who interrupts who? That's a very good one, Aleta.
Who? Me? I must have done that.
It's great that you ask questions. You're just so curious, and it's a wonderful thing. So those are a couple of things, a couple of concepts that are very important that we borrow from linguistic anthropology and linguistics are emic and etic. And we kind of touched upon that with identity, how people perceive you from the outside versus how you see yourself. An emic perspective is how you see yourself and label yourself, and an etic perspective is a somewhat more objective perception of who you are. So somebody might say to me, you're, from a very tall culture, and because, the people that are in your culture are very tall. And from my point of view, no, there's people that are short and they're tall, and you can measure that. So that's not my perception of who we are as a culture. But if the person doing the research is from a whole society where everyone is 5 foot and under, and that does exist, perhaps that is absolutely right. And they have an etic perspective, an outside perspective that I don't hold as an insider. So those are two terms associated with linguistics and linguistic anthropology that have been borrowed over to our next area, cultural anthropology.